Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to my YouTube channel Calculus and Mathematics Learning. In today's video I will solve question number 3 related with exercise number 5.5 related with chapter number 5 integration related with the topic definite integrals. So let's move toward question number 3 of exercise number 5.5 chapter number 5 integration APC part 2 mathematics. It tells that evaluate the following definite integrals. So the first part is find the integral of cos into x by 2 plus pi dx from pi by 2 to phi. So in the first step we will integrate the given function sine. So let's suppose this is our x. So you know that cos x integration is actually sine x. So its integration will be sine time of the given function, which is x by 2 plus pi. Now remember that the inner function is differentiating in the denominator in case of integration. So the derivative of x by 2 is 1 by 2 and pi is a constant, its derivative is 0. So this is actually the required integration. Now we will apply the limit from pi by 2 to pi. So this 2 will move to numerator, it become 2 times of sine into x by 2 plus pi and integrated from pi by 2 to pi. So it becomes 2 will comes take as a common, so put pi over here, so it becomes sine time of x put pi, so pi by 2 plus pi, it will give us 3 pi by 2, and after this minus put pi by 2 over here, it becomes sine time of it becomes pi by 4 plus pi. Now by simplification it become 2 times of sine 3 pi by 2 is actually sine 270 degree, and sine 270 degree is actually equal to -1, and it become minus time of sine pi by 4 and cos of pi. So sine pi by 4 and cos of pi. Now after this it become 2 times of -1, minus time of sine pi by 4 is 1 over under root of 2, and cos of pi is actually -1. So it becomes 2 times of -1, minus into minus will give us +1 divided by square root of 2. By simplification it becomes -2 and plus 2 by square root of 2, plus 2 by square root of 2 will become -2. 2 upon square of 2 is actually equal to under root of 2. So this is actually the simplified form. Now let's move toward part number B. It tells that integral of x into cos of x square into dx from lower limit 0.75 to upper limit 2.5. So over here first we will use the substitution method. Let's suppose I assume this x square is equal to t. Take the derivative of both sides with respect to x, it becomes dt is equal to derivative of x square is 2x and dx. Now over here we need x dx. So shift 2 on the left hand side, it becomes dt by 2 is equal to x dx. Now we will also changing the limit. So the upper limit is 2.5, so put over here, so it becomes t is equal to 2.5 whole square, so it will give us 25 by pi, convert into a fraction. Put lower limit 0.75 over here, it becomes t is equal to 0.75 whole square, will give us 9 by 16. So my upper limit is 25 by 4 and lower limit is 9 by 6. And over here x dx is actually dt by 2 and cos of x square, so x square I represent as t, so it becomes cos of t. Now 1 over 2 is a constant, we will write outside of the integral, and integration of cos of t is sine of t. Now applying the upper limit and lower limit, first put upper limit over here, then put negative sign and put lower limit over here. Now when you put these two values in the calculator and divide the difference of these two values by 2, it will give us the exact answer. Now let's move toward part number C. It tells that find the integral of secant square theta d theta from the lower limit 0 to pi by 4. So remember that over here the differential operator is theta. It means that we will integrate the given function with respect to theta. So the integration of secant square theta is always equal to tangent theta. Because if you differentiate tangent theta with respect to theta, it will give the secant square theta. These are the opposite phenomena. Integration and anti-differentiation is the opposite phenomena. Now apply the limit from 0 to pi by 4. So first put upper limit over here in place of theta, it becomes tangent of pi by 4. Then put negative sign and put 0 over here, it becomes tangent of 0. Tangent pi by 4 is actually equals to 1 and tangent 0 is equal to 0. So the required answer is 1. Now let's solve part number D. Over here the function is tangent 2 pi x. Remember that integration of tangent x is always equal to ln of sine x. But over here the function is 2 pi x, so just replace x with 2 pi x. So it will become ln of sine time of 2 pi x. So this is actually the integration of tangent 2 pi x. But remember over here, 2 pi x is actually the inner function. So in integration, we differentiate the inner function in the denominator. We already learned in the first part. So derivative of 2 pi x will be 2 pi because this is a constant and derivative of x is 1. So we left with 2 pi. Now integrate this function from 0 to pi by 4. So over here 1 over 2 pi is a constant. We will write it outside and put pi by 4 over here. It becomes ln into sine into 2 pi into x is pi by 4. Then put negative sign and ln of sine time of 2 pi. My x is 0 over here. Now by simplification, it will give us the answer 1 over 2 pi into 2 will cancel out with 4. So we left with ln of sine time of pi into pi will give us pi square and 2 by 4 will give us 2. And over here it will give us 0 sine 0 0 and ln of 0 will 0. So the answer is 1 over 2 pi into ln of sine into pi square by 2. When you insert this value in the calculator, it will give us the required and desired answer and the exact answer in a decimal form. Now let's solve the last two part of the same question number 3, part number E. It tells that find the integral of 1 over x square plus 1 into dx from lower limit 1 to the upper limit 0. Remember that integration of 1 over x square plus 1, this is always equal to the tangent inverse x. Because if you differentiate tangent inverse x, it will give us 1 over x square plus 1 because these are opposite phenomena. Now applying the integral from lower limit 1 to upper limit 0. Now over here remember the upper limit will always be greater than the lower limit. So upper limit will be 1 and the lower limit will be 0. So by putting 1 over here, it becomes tangent inverse. Put x 1 over here, it becomes tangent inverse 1. Then insert a negative sign and put 0 over here. So tangent inverse 1 is always equal to pi by 4. Tangent inverse 0 gives us 0. So the required answer in radian is pi by 4 and in degree format this will be equal to 45 degree. Now this question is very important. This question came in the previous ETA papers of engineering. So remember that 1 over x into square root of x square minus 1 integration is always equal to secant inverse x. So because if you differentiate secant inverse x, it will give us this function. So apply the limit from lower limit square root of to the upper limit 2. So first put 2 over here, it becomes secant inverse x. So x is 2, then put square root of 2 in place of x. So secant inverse 2 is actually equal to pi by 4, 45 degree. This is actually equal to 60 degree. 60 degree is equal to pi by 3. Secant inverse square root of 2 is actually equal to pi by 4. By taking LCM, it becomes 4 pi minus 3 pi. So it will give us the required and desired answer in degree pi by 12. And in degree format, it will equal to 15 degree. So with this question, I finish my lecture. Inshallah, in the next video, I will solve the next question of this exercise number 5.5. So thank you for watching. Subscribe my channel and also hit the bell icon to receive the upcoming notification and solving problem related with mathematics. Thank you.